Mixing greens and watercolor can be frustrating, but with just a few colors, you can create beautiful, natural shades. Today, I'll show you how to get the most out of your blues and yellows. And stick around because there's a surprising twist at the end you won't want to miss. We're going to use Winsor Yellow and Winsor Blue, same as Phthalo Blue, Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine Blue, and Indian Yellow. We also are going to use quinacridone red for this as well. When you're mixing color, the thing to remember is it's always easier to darken a light color rather than trying to lighten a dark color. You use a lot less paint and you have a lot less waste. So we have 3 piles of our Winsor Yellow. Now I'm just going to show you how I mix before we actually get to the chart. Let's take just a smidge of our Cobalt Blue, and I always touch it somewhere else first to get the bulk of the paint off of the brush, and then I will go in and I will add some to the yellow. I might want to add a little more. I'm going sort of for a mid-range. You can make them darker or lighter. Lighter with more water, a little less blue. Let's get some ultramarine blue, and we'll just touch that one too. There we go. Then there is the Winsor Blue, or Phthalo Blue. That's what actually has stained my palette, is this blue. All right, look at that nice spring green. So I think you get the idea. Now I'm going to set my palette aside. You won't be able to see it, but you get the gist of what I'll be doing. I drew out a chart and I'm going to zoom in on that so we can see that better. Let's begin. So we have Winsor Yellow and Indian Yellow. And if you notice, the black writing comes through, meaning these colors are transparent. If they were opaque, you wouldn't be able to see the black ink so clearly. So let's just get some Cobalt Blue, Ultramarine Blue, Phthalo Blue. Ooh, look at the color there. We're going to put a little Quin Red right here because that's what's going to go down the middle. Now you can do this with any red. Obviously, every red is going to have a different effect because of the underlying tone in the actual color. So our first one is Winsor Yellow and Cobalt Blue. Oh, let's get lots of pigment on there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the red to tone down the green. So this is how you get really earthy greens and neutral greens. Not that this isn't an earthy green, this is a beautiful green, the Cobalt and the Winsor Yellow. But if we use a smidge of red, and I'm only using a small amount of red. In fact, that might not be quite enough. I want to stress how it can neutralize it. That's better. So this mixture is here with a tiny bit of quinacridone red mixed into it. So same thing, a little bit of the red. There, that's better. You can almost see how the ultramarine blue is settling in to the little crevices in the paper. Now that's called a sedimentary color. I think that's why I love ultramarine blue. Phthalo Blue. Here it is with a little red. So green and red are complements, and that is how you dull down a color. Mix a tiny bit of its complement into it and it will start to neutralize it. And we're going to start with Cobalt. So then we're going to mix a tiny bit of red. Now we'll move to our ultramarine. Now there's a color you see in nature a lot. Now let's add a little red. Now this is more of a brown. Now a little bit of red. So here's the other one thing I want to show you with these colors. Now if we take the Phthalo Blue and the Quin Red and the Winsor Yellow, watch what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the green with the Phthalo Blue and the Winsor Yellow again. Now this time I'm going to add some thicker pigment, not so watery. Here's what you can get Look at that nice dark. Now, of course, you can get even darker with less water. But look, that's a pretty nice black. I hope this gave you some new ideas for mixing greens. If you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more gentle watercolor tips. Let me know your favorite mix in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.